Cowboys was named any other team in the league right now, people would be praising them, talking about they got the highest bets to go to the Super Bowl right now. If they was the Pittsburgh Steelers playing like this, if they was the Pittsburgh Steelers playing like this, people be talking, man, have you been seeing the Pittsburgh Steelers lately? But since it's the Cowboys, but that's what you get for being. That's what it's before our time when they started giving them they nickname America's team. From that day forward, people like, nah, I don't like that no more.
Right.
So anything
you trying to fight for something that doesn't matter. I actually want to win a Super Bowl. I don't want to get picked to win a Super Bowl. I want to actually get to a Super Bowl. I have not seen anything from the Cowboys that make me say, I really feel good about us getting to a Super Bowl. We haven't beat those teams yet, bro. I don't care what nobody's saying. I'm talking about the actual facts. We got one win over a team that's over 500 right now, and that's the Seattle Seahawks. It is what it is. We got 5 games that go tell us more about the story, bro. Let's let it play out. I don't care about the MVP. I want a Super Bowl. I don't give a damn about that winning no MVP. I don't care about none of that. I'm trying to get to the playoffs, and I'm trying to win. All this other shit is just other shit, and that's just a fact, bro. It is what it is.
Once again, you pointed out what teams are now. What was the Jets record when we played them?
The Jets was 1-0. Calm down.
I'm saying, how y'all gonna hold that against the Cowboys? We didn't know they was gonna be this horrible team at first.
Right,
I'm not holding that against the Cowboys, but see, how can I explain this to where this makes sense? Okay, so the Cowboys beat the Jets or whatever. I'm not taking nothing against them, but the main thing that everybody was talking about, not so much as far as them scoring and beating these bad teams. But at the beginning of the season, they were just talking about the red zone scoring as far as like them actually getting into the end zone. So even against the Jets, they only got 2 touchdowns in that game. So if you look, they scored 30 points. So when you do 30 minus 4, 16 of them points came from somewhere else. That's the only thing they was questioning when it came to the Jets. Now, as far as the Eagles losing to the Jets, I feel like every team in the NFL has a bad loss. Like a team they were just supposed to beat, and if they were playing them again, that same scenario would not happen. I said that against Arizona, against that Cowboys game, and I said the same thing when the Jets beat the Eagles. If them 2 teams played again, that would be a completely different outcome. So the same way I don't really hold the Cardinals against the Cowboys, I don't hold the Jets against the Eagles. Now, if I'm just talking about what the Cowboys did say what?
Do you hold it against the Bills?
Against the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they lost against them before. They lost against them last year. But you want to know why I hold it against the Jets? Because at the end of the day, that's a division opponent. You got to see them twice. So it counts a little bit more against them. So that's why I hold it against them. Like, even though talent-wise, as far as like offense, the Jets have never fucked with the Bills. But for whatever reason, the Bills still lost to that team. So it gets held against them. But if I'm just talking about what the Cowboys did against the Seahawks last night, we could say they was a 65 team and all that, but look, the Seahawks is playing for their playoff life. That's why we seen them playing the way that they right now. Them niggas 6-6. Do I still think they're gonna make the playoffs? Yes, because I still think they better than the rest of the teams that's in that in the hunt slot. But I give credit where credit is due. Jake Ferguson was killing Jamal Adams. That nigga was getting killed all goddamn game. And nigga CD went the fuck off. And Dak didn't make any mistakes. He didn't turn the ball over. And the way that he was throwing that bitch, I'm sorry. Seattle got a good secondary. The only kryptonite to Dak Prescott to me is the 49ers defense. If he plays like that last night against any other team, I feel like he can win that game. That 49ers shit, I just feel like he just got to get out his head and he can win that game too. But if he played like he did against that defense last night, which I feel like is a very solid defense, the offense just really turned the fuck up last night. Like, that was a damn good game. And I'm mad I didn't put my bet down because I'm sitting here thinking they was going to have the over-under at 60. They had it at 47 and a half. Them niggas scored 70 Them niggas scored 70 goddamn points. I was mad as hell.
I will say this about this was our most impressive win by far. We beat a team that everybody that we can all consider a playoff team. And it starts right now. All I'm saying is now we know how all these teams played out. Most of our wins, them hoes either okay or we were supposed to win. Yes, we were blowing everybody out. And I like that. I ain't gonna complain about that. But I want to see what we do against the Dolphins. Well, go ahead, Chris.
Man, y'all act like blowing teams out is just something easy to do in the National Football League. That don't happen every week. No team be doing that every week like we've been doing, man. Just because we playing bad teams don't mean we supposed to blow them out.
No, but they're not the teams we're gonna play in the playoffs. How many teams that we blew out we gonna see in the playoffs, right? Go on, name them.
None of them. All the teams we're gonna see in the playoffs will beat too. There's not many teams in the play. Not many teams that are in the playoffs, so called, that's gonna beat us too. So,
okay. Did we not play the 49ers? Did we not play the Eagles?
We played the Eagles barely won. I'm sick of y'all acting like the Eagles just dominated us. Or
we lost.
We lost. Whatever. We lost. Whatever. What y'all gonna say when we win next week? When we win next week, what are y'all gonna say?
Can we get this? Is my thing, bro. Come on, man. I don't care about that getting MVP. You care about that really getting MVP, bro, or do you want to beat good teams?
I want both.
I understand that, but we not gonna act like, oh yeah, see, Dak can win an MVP. Look what he done did again. Don't give a damn, man. It starts now. The Seattle Seahawks game was the one we needed. I applaud that. Now it's time to move on. I'm tired of all these moral victories, bro. We ain't won a Super Bowl my whole life. Like we gotta quit this, bro. We gotta get it out the mud, bro. We be too cute, bro. We done beat all these teams. We beat the hell out of them. That's cool, bro. We gotta start beating these playoff teams, bro. The Seahawks win was a good win. It's a good building block, but we not gonna act like we ain't lose to the 49ers bad. It's really like 3 losses if we go keep it a buck. And we barely lost to the Eagles. I'm not scared of the Eagles. But we gotta get it out the mud, bro. We gotta get it out the mud.
I'm not one of them that try to take away no win. You play who you got to play. But I'm one of them just like, can we just put some of this shit into a little bit of context? That's all I be asking. And I understand, but they may not have been the team they were at the time, but let's just go down the list. Y'all played the Giants twice. That's self-explanatory. That goes without saying. The Patriots are a fucking atrocity. The Rams, shit. That game was over before that nigga Matthew Stafford got hurt. Carolina, come on now. The Commanders, look, the Commanders is the only one I've had to argue out the whole time. For whatever reason, I do not know why them niggas want to play up to Philadelphia every time they play them. I can't explain it. I don't have an answer. But for whatever reason, they always play Philadelphia and they always play them good. And for whatever reason, when they come to y'all just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't explain
it. Because since Dak first year in the league, he's always been big bro in the NFC East. He's made it clear from day one. I'm running this. This is the first year Eagles really just running stuff. Like look, all the way through.
The only team right now that I can say that y'all just really like big bro is the Giants. The Giants don't scare y'all. Even when
we big bro Washington too. We big bro.
Well, no, I'm just saying the team that y'all share. But for whatever reason, Washington plays up to Philadelphia a lot better than any other team. So I don't know. Maybe that's just one of them good division games we're supposed to have, because other than that, they're going to be fucking trash if you got to watch the Cowboys beat the shit out of the Commanders and the Giants. Bro, the Commanders ain't no challenge. As soon as I seen the Jerry Jones bring us on goddamn benches in that motherfucker, the Commanders will never in their life have a competitive game with these niggas again.
We're finna really find out who we are in these next few games. That's all I'm saying. We finna really find out who we are. The real story is, why are we not talking about the Eagles like we talked about the Vikings last year?
I brought it up.
They barely beating Super Bowl contenders, not just playoff people. They barely beating Super Bowl guys too. They done beat a fair share of everybody. So, I mean, that's the difference. Minnesota was barely beating teams that was barely getting by and teams that was barely going to make it into the playoffs. So, it was like, yeah, we're going to criticize that.
Beat the
Eagles and showed you we can beat a little bit of everybody.
The conversation with the Cowboys is that, yeah, they blowing out these niggas, but the niggas they blowing out is in the hunt, man. These niggas ain't even in the playoff picture. They in the hunt, man. It's half of them niggas already eliminated, but they don't want to say it right now. They really just trying to keep this mathematically available or have a chip. Man, we know the Carolina Panthers ain't making it, man. Them niggas don't won one game, and they still trying to say they mathematically still have a chance to make it to the playoffs. Come on, man. The difference between the Cowboys and the Eagles slander right now, They talking about the Cowboys blowing out bad teams, and when you just look at who they lost against, you got a close loss against the Eagles and a blowout against the 49ers. So we're just wondering, are we going to see that dominance they show against those teams against one of these contending teams? The knock against the Eagles, they're winning, but these games are too goddamn close. The only sure victory they had was against the Miami Dolphins. That Chiefs game was too close. That Bills game was too close. The Cowboys game was too close. All of those games were close. The only good win that we could say they had was against the Miami Dolphins. So outside of that, our only question about the Eagles is, are they going to be able to beat one of these playoff teams, which we'll see against the 49ers? They got to play the Cowboys again. Can they beat them by more than a touchdown? Can they have a comfortable lead? Because if they have that, we already know they can take 9 minutes off the clock just running the ball. They don't have to throw the ball down the field. They got a dual threat quarterback with a decent running game with their actual running back. So that's the only question we have. So it's still criticism, but it's just two types of criticism because the teams that the Eagles are doing this against are all playoff contending teams. All them teams they doing this against, they're going to the playoffs. We just want to see that dominant win, which we haven't seen. But since they winning, we looking at it like a win is a win. Cowboys got to beat somebody, man. That's the only way they're going to shut everybody up.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind. Need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line. Any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.